Next, we have Matt Capoletti, accompanied by his siblings Anthony and Diane Capoletti. Next, we have Angelica Sartel and Megan Bolt. Ladies and gentlemen, boys basketball. Next, we have Ricky cheerleading, Haley Christensen, accompanied by Veronica and Kim Burleson. Michaela Jungle, accompanied by Kelly Cervantes and Jenny Soren. Next, we have Alexa Smith, accompanied by Elsie and Wendy Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, winter cheerleading. Next, we have winter pom-pom. Heaven Cruz, accompanied by Marianne Cruz. Victoria Patino, accompanied by Irma and Constantino Patino. Ladies and gentlemen, winter pom-pom. Next, pep band. We have Nicole Burns, accompanied by Roger Burns. David Carpenter, accompanied by Glenn and Jill Carpenter. Next, we have Jesse Chavez, accompanied by Evan Chavez and Stacey Lawton. Next, we recognize is Victoria Crawley, accompanied by Jack and Chris Crowley. Next, Robin Sadowski, accompanied by Susan Sadowski. Next is Miranda DiLiberto. Allison Eichort, accompanied by Annette and Keith Eichort. Kyle Habib, accompanied by Sid and Dee Habib. Julia Lopez, accompanied by Julia Lopez. Next is Francisco Roca, accompanied by Luana Gonzalez. Next on the pep band is Abby Wallace, accompanied by Kim and Joe Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, the pep band. Next we have the TV production crew. Dalton DeVries, accompanied by Jennifer and Greg DeVries. Jacob Suffering, accompanied by Jim Suffering. Jacob Lee, accompanied by Karen Lee. That is the TV production crew. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for all our students and parents for making the winter season so enjoyable. A big thank you to all our students and parents here on senior night.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the Spartan Coliseum to watch your Romeoville Spartans take on the Plainfield South Cougars. Tonight is a special night for us Spartans here. It is senior night for your Spartans. Tonight we have had an opportunity right before the broadcast to honor the seniors from the band, from the Palms, from the cheer, from the broadcast crew, and also your basketball team. Tonight we have the Spartans coached by Coach Howard, Mark Howard, and we have the Plainfield South Cougars coached by Coach Tim Bowe. Tonight, my name is Steve Svansky, and my co-host is young Jedi Master Jacob Lee. Jacob Lee, if you want to go ahead with the starting lineups.
Alrighty, starting up here for Plainfield South, we got number 0, Daniel Kilgore, number 1, Kevin Valentine, number 10, Jacob Buchner, number 14, Ryan Kelly, and number 23, Dexter Wayuo. And for your Spartans, we have a different lineup today. We're starting a lot of our players who normally are on the bench. But we have number 5, Caprice Stewart, number 21, Aaron Stevenson. We have number 22, Matt Capoletti, who will be the only senior who's playing tonight. We have number 23, Robert Johnson, and number 35, Jacob Perez.
Well, it's going to be a great night. Hopefully it's a quick game. Well, no, I shouldn't say quick, but hopefully, but no fouls, not a lot of whistles. That'd be nice. It's always nice to have a game that's fast-moving and smooth game. So now they've dimmed the lights. We'll be quiet while they announce the starters for your Spartans.
He's a junior.
Well, we have our Spartans with their home white with a blue and orange trim, nice little R on the side there. And your visiting Cougars with blue on blue with some white pinstripe and numbers. So we're just about ready for tip-off. This is the last game, I believe, prior to, or I don't think they have one Friday. I believe this is the last game before regionals that starts next week, Tuesday. The Spartans will be traveling to Minooka for I believe, a 6 o'clock tip-off. There is a fan bus. If you're interested in going, there is a fan bus that's leaving from Romeoville to Minooka. So we got Capoletti tipping off versus Dexter Oyewa. Is that the?
A lot of consonants.
Well, that is the tip is controlled by the Spartans. That's Stewart with the ball. Playing a little man-to-man here, the Cougars are. You know, Capoletti here with the ball, driving the lane from the free throw line. Just a little bit long there. Capoletti's one of those players that he will be sorely missed when he's gone.
Oh, definitely.
A dominant factor for this team the last couple of years, offensively, defensively, rebound. I mean, he's just been an all-around go-get-'em kind of player.
Yeah, I mean, you know, team leader in points, team leader in blocks, team leader in rebounds. I mean, that's someone you're going to miss. And, you know, as he comes out of the block, right aggressive, but Aaron Stevenson gets the rebound and put back there. But, you know, especially, I mean, showing that he's the, you know, Spartan started the season with 3 seniors, ended with 1. And Capoletti's one of those guys that he's been playing for the varsity team since his freshman year. So it's good that he gets to have his night. He's going to go out and he's going to play great.
Yeah, he's already got 2 rebounds just a minute into the game. Nice little spin move. He has taken 3 shots, and there's his first basket. You know, as a senior, he wants to go out at the Coliseum here with a win.
Oh, yeah.
And, he wants to have one of those days that people are going to remember.
Yeah, and I mean, he's had a couple of those this year. I mean, he's hit some game-winning shots. He's had some, 30-point games. But, I feel like coming out your senior night and just playing really well, that's something that you'll always remember. So.
Well, that was Jacob Buckner. I think that's Buckner with the first points for the that was an error. We were wide open. Buckner, that's their first points for the Cougars. Have you ever been to Plainfield South?
No, I have not.
Oh, at their home games, basketball games, or football games. I'm sorry, they got the roar of the Cougar,
Yep.
and then they got the Cougar dog.
I know. I think every time we've played them for football, you've mentioned the Cougar dog.
Cougar
so
dog.
I'm like, man, I need to get out there, but I don't know if that'll happen.
Well,
I hope so.
That's Ryan Kelly fouled there. I believe that was Stewart with the foul.
It's funny because Ryan Kelly's a former Duke player who plays for the Lakers now. So every time I hear it, I'm like, he doesn't play for them, but he does.
Well, hopefully we get people are talking about weather tomorrow, that it might be crazy, the weather. Not sure.
Yeah, if I wake up tomorrow and there's snow, I'm going to get back in bed.
Well, I've heard different scenarios. I've heard up by here, by Romeoville, 1 inch maybe during the day. And then just a few miles southeast below 80, they're talking 7 to 10 inches. That close.
Geez.
So
That's
we'll
not
see.
fun.
Well, both free throws were made there, bringing the score up. London Stamps is checked into the game, and there's Robert Johnson with the getting fouled. They're running to the basket. That should send him to the line for 2.
Yep, and he's one of our more consistent post players. He's one of the guys who just strictly stays in the post. I don't think I've ever seen him take a jump shot in the game, but he maneuvers around. Guys find him open, and he gets a lot of layups and putbacks. And like most post players, the free throw statistic is not his strong suit.
Forte.
Not at all.
Tonight, Jake, it's yours, Jacob S. and Dalton's. It's nice, good, hard work there. Oh, ooh. And Dalton's last broadcast as part of the RHSTV here, last home basketball game. We're not going to get teary-eyed, are we?
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny because before the game I had one of the newer kids say, "Oh, you guys only have 2 people. Can I broadcast?" I'm like, "No, it's my night. I'm sorry."
Well,
you got to be a little greedy sometimes. Give me my one night.
Oh, I hear you.
I asked Coach Howard. I scored 18 points in my rec center game on Saturday. I'm like, "Hey, Coach Howard, I'm on fire," and he's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see how it is, Coach."
Oh, that's a nice steal by Buckner there. The foul and the shot there.
It was a good finish.
Well, the Plainfield South had to sit and wait a little bit because I don't think they knew it was senior night because they were sitting outside of the locker room ready to go at about 6:15, and I think we were kind of late start here because of the senior night. I don't think they were aware or they were we got to get the rebound on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys have been the ears and the eyes for RHSTV the last few years. You guys will be missed, the 3 of you, the three Stooges.
Yeah, and I only really started last year when I just, I really was like, I really have an interest in broadcasting.
That's not a walk. There we go. Travel.
I had a really big interest in broadcasting. So, Dalton and Jake have been doing it since freshman year, and they helped me talk to Randich and get to have the opportunity to do this. So I really owe a lot to them, and the TV program really owes a lot to them because Jake and Dalton have really done a lot to, help Mr. Randich and Kevin McHale and all of us just to have this program run smoothly. So
yeah, and the whole dub step thing, or the dub
lip dub.
What do you call that?
The dubstep thing.
The dubstep.
It's all lip dub.
This isn't Skrillex. It should be jump ball. That's going to be south ball. Well, maybe we should do a live broadcast from prom, or from bring the cube and do a live broadcast from prom,
Yeah,
or or maybe a baseball game.
we could.
I don't know if we got any Wi-Fi out there.
Eh,
Do a call a baseball game. That'd be interesting.
that would be fun. I don't think we've done any before, so. And we do have I know we do have a couple of talented players that we have some that are going to play Division I, mid-level, high-level Division I baseball. So I mean,
That's going to be Salter with the foul there over the back. On I think that was on Buckner. Salter's one of those guys, though. He's pretty quick with his hands. Oh, there's another foul off away from the ball there. Salter's pretty quick with the hands. He's made a lot of nice shots as a freshman, and kind of as a freshman coming up on varsity, it's definitely not like playing in 8th grade last year.
oh yeah, no. It was interesting because I was curious, so I looked up like 8th grade stats, and like some of his AAU games, there was a tournament he averaged like 28 points or something like that. And I don't think I think he's been in double digits 2 or 3 times that I've seen here at home. So I mean, it really shows the difference that you're not playing 13-year-olds anymore.
No. And a lot of those, it's just not the same. You're playing against some men here, guys that are 18 years old.
You got kids with beards.
There's Capoletti, and it drops. He got the bounce there. It ties the score up. So we're halfway through, a little over halfway through the first quarter, and we're tied 6-6.
Yeah, and I mean, the last few games we've seen, it's been a lot of scoring, not a lot of defense. But in this game, it's been a lot of defense, a lot of fouls, and the scoring's been a little off. I think it's a little bit different when you also you take your starters and put them on the bench as opposed to your bench starting. So I mean, it's a little bit different there as far as the pace of the game goes. But it looks like they're starting to get back into how they're normally doing around this time. So. Oh man.
Ryan Kelly and Buckner have been getting under the basket. I mean, they're not big guys, but they've been getting shots under the basket pretty easily with a lot of movement away from the ball. Well, if you're interested, like we said, the Spartans are going to travel next week for regionals, and that's pretty much that's the first miss there. That's pretty much in high school basketball. You mean you could be 0-30 and be regional champs. So the records don't really mean anything when you go into the IHSA tournament itself. So we're at Minooka. I'm not even sure if we're at the. I'm assuming we're at the old campus.
That was a good shot by Dante Johnson, but it just didn't drop. He's been, the past few games he's been a lot more comfortable with his mid-range jumper, and I believe the last game he had about 12, 14 points.
It's a nice block there by Stamps, and are we going to break?
That was a great pass. If he would have gotten that, that would have been nice.
That's going to be a carry.
Yeah, and you know what? Dante Johnson's one of those kids at like 6'3", and on his middle school team, he was the point guard. Last year for JV, he was the point guard. So, I mean, he can handle the ball. There's a lot of kids that are his size that their parents are just like, oh, you're tall, you play center. But, like, his parents know, like, I know his dad's very into it. He's training him to be a forward because if he stays around the same height.
That was Buckner just driving him coast to coast on there. We didn't even challenge him. That's not good.
Caps with the 3.
Man, he's just not hitting.
No, has not been shooting fantastic. I think you just, at this point, you just kind of need to get some easy shots, drive it to the paint, and then that'll help you get the rest of your game going. And
wow, where's the defense? We're letting South move without the ball. That was number 14. That was Ryan Kelly.
He just left Khalil Blakeney in the dust right there.
We are cold as it's supposed to be tomorrow. That's Ryan Kelly with the air ball. There's a nice move by London Stamps.
Yeah, and he's been one of those guys where, we've seen games where he scored 5 points. We've seen games where he scored 17 points. It's just all a matter of how the day's been sometimes. So
I'll tell you this. I mean, Capoletti's our leading scorer, but I don't think we've had that player the last couple of years where you knew they were going to go out and score 25, like the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because we've had a variety of I could say go-to guys. I mean, there's been a lot of different guys who right at the end of the ballgame have made good shots.
Yeah. We've never had the definitive number one option. I feel like Capoletti's probably the closest we've ever had to that.
Well, we're a pause in the game. I think we have security moving kids away from, because our bleachers are so close. There's only about 3 feet between the bleachers and the parquet.
Yeah.
You know where you got to see? Mount Carmel, their old basketball, they have a new basketball area as a Salter for 3. Mount Carmel's old gym where what was it, Walker played and where Donovan McNabb played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 rows of bleachers and the wall is that close. Literally, you make a layup and you're running and make a layup, you hit the wall. That's how close you are.
Oh, my gosh.
It's old school, and people sit up, and there's a little tiny basketball where people play, where people make, where it's like a little running thing, like a little 5 foot wide, and people sit up there with their legs hanging over. It only holds a few hundred people.
That's crazy.
But imagine guys that went in the NFL or an NBA, right? Is it Walker that used to play? Derek Walker,
I have no idea.
God, I'm trying to think of the real good basketball player played for the Celtics from Mount Carmel. But I remember going there, looking at that gym. I was like amazed at how tiny it is.
I got you. Hold on.
Oh, you're Googling it. Oh, that's nice movement by Salter. For 3 there, just off. That's number 23, Dexter Oiwo. I hope we're saying that right with the rebound. It's 11-8. Well, make it 14 with that 3. Well, right at the end of the quarter, there was a surge by the Cougars, and they took a 14-8 lead. So that's not good for us right at the end. We always talked about at the very end of every quarter, we want to get that little surge, and there we didn't get that surge. So us, the Spartans 8, the bad guys 14 after the first quarter. Are you looking up the player?
Yes, I'm trying to, but
Oh boy. All right, so we're going to come out here in the, it's Antoine Walker.
Antoine
Walker.
Yep. They got they actually got a couple of players on here that I see. They got some pictures.
Yeah.
Chris Chelios from, he's a NHL defenseman.
Yeah, Antoine Walker played for Kentucky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember him because didn't he play for the Celtics?
Yep. Was he the one that did the X dunk? Remember the X dunk?
X dunk. No, I don't think so. That was him.
There's Blakely with just a little bit, and Salter with the rebound with the missed putback. It's Buckner driving the lane there. Buckner is very, very aggressive, and that's number 4, Logan Luddy, I think is the name, with the rebound, but then the foul there. So Salter will be bringing it into Stamps. Kind of a makeshift full court press here by the Spartans, or I'm sorry, by the Cougars. Blakely with the shot, short.
Yeah.
Hey, we're coming right down and instantly putting the ball up.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you only pass it once or you dribble it down and shoot it right away, I mean, that's a turnover. That's an opportunity that you took and lost. So, I mean, it's almost like you're just giving the ball right back to them. So, I mean, I think we need to slow down and play our pace. We're not controlling the pace of the game.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the Cougars are moving the ball quite a bit. The Cougars are moving the ball a lot more. They're doing a lot of picks, and they're getting the good looks. And that's why Buckner, Buckner and Kelly are getting looks from underneath the basket so easily.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you look at Ryan Kelly. He just keeps running around, and you know, eventually he gets open and he's right under the basket and he makes a layup. So I mean, you know, I hope any varsity player in a high school team, especially a starter, can make a layup. So if you get a wide open layup, then.
Oh boy, that wasn't a good shot. That was Stevenson. I just think we need to move the ball around a little bit, and we got to use the size of one of the Johnsons.
Yeah.
Use their size underneath the basket.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here's Jacob S. right here, one of the seniors, with his Chuck Taylors on. The kids you guys love those Chuck Taylors, don't you? No arch support, no nothing.
Back at it again with the white Vans. Have you seen that one, Stefanski?
No. What do you mean?
There's this video and they say, "Dang, Daniel."
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like, back at
I've
it
been
again
hearing
with
all
white
the
Vans.
kids walking around the school all day talking about, "Dang, Daniel." Yeah, all day.
Yeah. It was funny the first time I saw it, and then you see it every day, everywhere, and you're like, please just leave me alone.
Yep.
DeAndre Heckard makes his first free throw.
So the score is 9-14. We're about a minute and 45 into the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's been pretty slow so far.
Oh.
I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but
I think they were doing the old alley-oop there. I don't think anyone had the alley-oop part, or that was just a long pass. Yeah, that was.
It might be like the NC State shot, pass dash shot. He went up like a shot, but it was totally off, and they put it back in. So.
Oh, they're gonna get him on the travel. I don't know about that one.
He jumped into him. I didn't see him walk, so I mean, I don't know. I cut the senior some slack. I mean, the other ref just kind of shrugged his shoulders, like, I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. That was a questionable call.
Well, still playing man-to-man. And, you know, South is doing a pretty good job. A lot of cuts, a lot of picks.
Ooh.
Well, we have a Spartan fan out here with a really, if we ever get a chance during the game here to pan over to the fancy orange hat with the Spartan head and the light-up lights.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Well, that's Salter with the missed layup.
Last year he was the one with the he had the deflated football hat, and he had the deflated basketball hat, and I just like it. He comes back every year with the new hat.
Well, and last year didn't we do a little short interview with him too?
Yeah, you did, because you were so excited about it.
Oh,
I remember that.
Phenomenal!
You and Relstad made me give my microphone to him so he could talk.
he bleeds blue and orange.
Fair enough. I'll give him that.
So we're down to just under 5 minutes in the quarter, 5 minutes and a half. All right.
Romeoville foul number 21, Aaron Stevenson. This first foul, team 8. Timeout on the floor. Timeout Romeoville.
All righty.
30-second timeout.
Got a little 30-second timeout here.
Well, what would you do if tomorrow was a snow day? Besides sleeping.
Well, if I knew, like, they're like, oh, 10 inches of snow tomorrow, I would have been like, well, it looks like I could write my DBQ tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I doubted that. I doubt that. No, I doubt it. I could see watching movies on Netflix. I could see catching up on The Walking Dead.
I don't watch Walking Dead.
No? What is this, are you sick?
I've been watching Arrested Development. That's what I've been watching. It's pretty funny.
Yeah?
It's
What about,
funny.
are you a Parks and Recs kind of guy?
I've watched some of it, but I'm more of an Office
Yeah.
fan.
I don't know. I don't really have a TV in my house except for the one my son plays video games on, so I don't really. If I can't watch it over my iPad, I don't really watch it.
Fair enough. I mean, you could watch everything on an iPad now, so.
That was Hecker with the rebound.
Good pass there.
Now we've got to make the open shot.
Ooh.
My man, the one official there on the baseline there, he's pretty whistle happy. I mean, he's called the last 3 fouls, hasn't he?
Yeah. He doesn't seem like a Capoletti fan either.
Yeah,
There's a lot of questionable, mascot.
Well, he's sending Capoletti to the line here. But
Yeah.
I walked into the coach's office, and the striped guys there, there's makes the first one. They were in there talking and talking to the sophomore officials. And I go, hey, we're going to take it easy on the whistles, aren't we, today? And they're like, oh, yeah. But I don't.
So they're liars.
Yeah. I mean, look
Wow.
we've got 8 fouls already.
I mean, and we're not even halfway through the second period.
Yeah. Capoletti bounces that one in. I think that takes him to 6. Is that right? Now, was it Buckner? No, it's Ryan Kelly. He's a point. Oh, wide open is at number 4. That's Logan Lundy. Wide open for the Cougars.
Yep, and that's how you break a pass. You just break a press. You just keep passing. You should dribble the most once. So
That's London Stamps with the drive.
that was a little floater there. And this has been a relatively low-scoring game. I mean, only 13 points for us. I think we've had a first quarter where Capoletti alone has scored.
A lot of ball movement, though. That's one thing I say. The Cougars are driving the ball, moving the ball far more. Right there, wide open layup. They've been moving the ball far better than what we have this first half. So that extends it to a 5-point lead. South seems to be more in more of a zone here.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh,
I'm not
and-
sure what that was.
Looks like he lost the ball. I've always that's never happened to me. Then again, I don't dribble much, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know how people do that.
Wow, that was an ugly shot right there.
Yeah, I mean
that shot wasn't even anywhere near the rim.
I wouldn't be surprised if that kid's getting his number called. Oh no, that's not him.
No.
But
Well, they're taking out their leading point, which might be the shortest guy on the basketball court. Ryan Kelly. I think he's the shortest guy on the court.
I don't think he's the shortest guy on the court. I think he's
I
the
don't
shortest guy. Khalil's very short, number 10.
Yeah, but I think this guy might be shorter. Khalil makes up for it with his vertical.
Oh yeah, I think he can jump higher than he is tall. I would not be surprised.
So we're down to approaching 3 minutes left in the half. What did I say, half? Man, we're not putting them in there. We're cold. We're as cold as the other side of the pillow.
Seriously.
That's Johnson, Dante Johnson, with the rebound.
Yeah, and Dante Johnson's one of those kids that beginning of the season played probably 6 minutes a game and has really, adjusted to varsity well. I think he's in the starting lineup. He's been playing a lot better. In the last game, I believe he was the second leading point scorer behind Capoletti. So.
Well, that was Salter with the shot, that's about a 10-footer. I don't know, give or take, from the wing.
Little
Would that be
mid-range,
considered the wing? Brings it to a 3-point game.
Ooh.
That was Buckner with the bank, or actually the off the rim bounce around 3. Salter tries to answer with a long range 3, and that was no good. A lot of ball movement for South.
Oh yeah. Luddy tries to put a little hook shot.
That
up.
was one of the earlier shot attempts for them. They've been typically moving the ball around. They've slowed it down with their ball movement.
Oh, not a good pass there.
Yep, and that's going to be Buckner.
You can, I mean, before he even stole the ball, you could have seen him go and like inch out, and then London still passed it anyway. So
So those passing lanes, you know, you gotta. There's Blakely. Oh,
Cap's gonna go to the line.
yeah, that Blakely was shot a 3 there and missed.
It was a little mid-range, Jay. I mean, he has not been shooting fantastic. Actually, the last game though, I think he had 10 points. So I mean, you know, he had a good shooting night then, but a little inconsistent tonight.
Yeah.
He hasn't made one yet.
Well, I missed Friday's game, which was disappointing, but had to go and see my son. My son was going to run track all the way up at Evanston High School, which, by the way, the biggest high school I've ever seen in my entire life. As Capoletti makes first, I'm talking enormous high
Like bigger
school.
than Lockport?
Oh, God, yes.
Twice as big as Lockport?
It was, I stopped at 3 stop signs to go past the entire school. It's like 3 blocks long. I've never seen a school so big in my life.
How many kids go there?
Well, I want to say it's just under 4,000.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's far bigger than Bolingbrook.
Well, yeah, and I've seen their marching band, and it's kind of funny because it's like almost the whole field's full. So it's like they walk 4 steps one way, 4 steps the next way, 4 steps the other way because that's all the room they have.
Well, I want to say the guy said they had 6 gyms.
Oh my gosh!
It's pretty impressive.
Go to the North Gym. Which one?
Oh, it's a big place.
That's ridiculous.
Well, we're down to under a minute. And remember, hey, if you get snowed in, you can always call At's a Nice Pizza tomorrow and see if they'll deliver it if it gets snowed in tomorrow. I'm not really too concerned. Here, it seems like South's playing for the last shot. I mean, they're really milking the clock tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With all the ball movement. Where we've been just the opposite. We're running down and putting up a shot instantaneously.
You know what? And they're not trigger happy. So, you know, I mean, you know, often you see kids that are teams that are trigger happy, and they don't get the best shots. So,
well, I'll tell you what. Well, we had a look right there at the end. That was not, I would say that was not one of our better halves.
Oh, definitely not.
But you know what? Defensively, we played some tough defense here. They were playing that for the last shot, and
we didn't let them have it.
Yeah, we didn't let them have it. I mean, we played some tough defense. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let you go for the halftime show. Stick around, watch the Poms and the cheer. Some of these girls, this is their senior night. This is the last dance. So we'll catch you on the other side in 10 minutes. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you coming back to the game here. We're here watching your Spartans try to come back from a 6-point lead or 6-point deficit from the Cougars from Plainfield South. It was a really good halftime show. Nice defense there by Johnson. Well, I'm very honored to be up here today. I'm up here with 3 of the graduating seniors from our RHSTV program, kind of the backbone of the broadcast here. You got Double D Dalton and you got Jake and Jake. Wait.
That was a good move there by
and we got a nice shot there, bringing us back in to within 4. So tell us, guys, in between plays here, where are you guys planning on going next year?
Jacob, you can start with this one.
You know, right now my number 1 pick is probably Columbia, but I'm still trying to figure out where I'm actually going to go. Trying to keep my options open. So yeah, that's about that.
Okay. So you're pretty set on Columbia then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty set on Columbia, but you know, I want to make sure that I keep my options open, and I have a variety of colleges I can pick from, and that they're to my liking, not vice versa. Yeah.
Nice. That's good to hear, Mr. Lee.
Next year, I will be attending Ball State University, where I will double major in telecommunications and journalism, so I can hopefully do this as a profession.
Well, that sounds pretty exciting. Maybe I'll see all 3 of you working like ESPN or making movies.
Yeah,
Just make sure that I'm in your memoirs when you guys write a book or something.
No, if me and Jake and Dalton ever make a movie together, we will put you in it, Mr. Stefanski.
Oh,
You're gonna physically be in the movie
just
as
a
an
little,
actor.
Like a Stan Lee cameo. That'll be our thing. We'll have a Stefanski cameo.
Oh.
And nobody, like, the thing is like, regular people won't know, but like anyone who goes to art just be like, hey, that's Stefanski, and it'll just be great.
But like no one else will understand. Like just
I'm not too
just
set on
students.
college plans yet. I've gone to a lot of visits. I think this Saturday, me and Jacob Lee are going on a visit to
Saturday? Monday.
Monday, my bad.
Yeah, we're missing school. I'm so excited.
Missing school, that's not good.
It's for a college visit. It's okay.
I mean, it's
so
a college
I'm
I'm
gonna head
already
down there.
accepted to and committed to, but I don't mind missing.
We'll turn over there by the Spartans. As we talk, let's just go real quick here. With 5:33 left in the 3rd quarter, a little bit of run here, 21-26 by your Spartans, still down by 5. So what does this mean to you guys? Like this whole thing that you guys have started here, or actually, really got going. What's it going to mean to you guys to come back in 5 years and see it grow? Because that's what I'm sure Mr. Randage wants to see it grow more. How much is that going to mean to you guys to come back in 5 years and see a great big broadcast room?
Oh, that'd be amazing. I know me and Jacob Suffern, we've pushed really hard because this is what we love to do. So we're not going to let anything hold us back. So what we've tried to do is we started Great Expectations. We tried some fancy new things. We're trying to make new intros for the basketball games, for the football games and stuff. So it'll be great to see other kids kind of take it on themselves because me and Jacob have really done a lot of it this year.
Yeah, me and Dalton.
Yeah.
No, it's the other Jacob, but
no, Jacob Lee, man. We do Christmas Classic, all 3 of us together, where it's like a 25-game tournament and we all commentate. And nobody can withstand Jacob Lee. Like, he can get down all the names, all the stats. I don't even know how he does it.
I really tried this year, but Jacob Lee knows like all the names, like Dalton said, but then he knows like all the stats and like their height and their biometric weight and like everything like that.
Up information
so
here.
It's always nice to have Jacob Lee on our crew to commentate. He's got a good voice for that, and it's always nice to have Dalton over here be like my backup and vice versa. It's what keeps the program running, and hopefully we can see that continue.
What are you going to miss most about RHSTV and Mr. Randage when you guys all graduate?
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to miss when we go to Christmas Classic and Randy's there and he buys us McDonald's breakfast. And it's just like, great. I'm like, this is nice. I'm like, this is the life right here.
This may be kind of cheesy, but like, I feel like, he says you get like free pizza, right?
Yeah.
And free pizza's nice and all, but I feel like I'm actually going to miss Mr. Ranch saying you get free pizza. Because like the way he says it is so like he's trying to like suck you in using pizza. And it's funny, and I think I'm gonna miss Mr. Ranch's personality.
I definitely think what Mr. Ranich has provided us, the freedom he has given us, and the trust he's had with us and his equipment and stuff is going to be not like anywhere else. I don't think we're ever going to get that same working on one-on-one level or one-on-two, you know, 3 of us. It's never going to be that close. So I really like the how much he lets us do and how much he'll let us take on.
And you know what? As we continue to talk here, I think this is bringing good luck here to the Spartans because we've narrowed the lead to 2.
All right.
With us talking about how much you guys are going to miss Mr. Randich.
So we'll just talk about Randich every game from now on.
That'll help us take the W.
Well, you know, prom's coming up too. Jacob Lee and I were talking. Maybe you guys should broadcast prom.
We'll do a runway.
Broadcast
We'll
prom.
do a runway show.
Yeah, you walk around with the mic, going around asking people, and having someone follow the camera, and just a short little collage of video. I see the wheels turning there, Dalton.
You know what?
Me and Dalton, usually do that. Except this year we probably might not do it because we're going to be in prom.
Well,
so,
but you never know. It's the inside perspective. Like, what if you did the day of the life of a prom student and made a little documentary or a mockumentary?
Like a vlog?
Yeah.
Want to know what mine's going to be? Take the AP test for AP Euro in the morning and then go home and cry for an hour, and then I'm going to get ready for prom, which will probably take 15 minutes.
The AP Euro test is in the afternoon, though, bud.
No, it's not. No way.
No, the A push is in the morning. AP
right.
Euro is in the afternoon, bud.
All right, so I'll cry for about 4 hours before it. Then I'll do the AP Euro test, and then I will go home and cry for about an hour before I have to
go
get ready.
straight from the AP European History test to prom?
Yes. Well, just think, Jacob is going to be on a boat fishing with me all morning to prom.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait, I thought you were in there, bud.
I was considering it too. I forgot about this AP test.
Yeah, I forgot there was an AP test. So the big part wasn't that there was prom that day, but the fact there was an AP test and prom and a fishing trip. Yeah, I'm in AP Euro.
Well, there goes your fishing
Well,
club.
there goes my fishing.
Well, Mr. Szymanski, I'll go with you.
No, you have an AP Euro test, you said.
I'm quite the fisherman.
Just like your basketball game? we got to finish at the rim. There's Johnson with the finish. We're down to a 3-point lead here.
I am quite the fisherman. I've gone out on Lake Erie and done walleye fishing. I'm pretty good at that.
Now, you guys, not to get sentimental, what are you guys going to miss most? You don't have to be Mr. Randich. We've already got that one. But overall, what are you going to miss about these white, blue, and orange walls of Romeoville? What have they done for you, or what knowledge can you pass down to the incoming freshmen?
Jacob Suffern, why not here?
Well, I feel like school's been our life for like 12 years. And obviously, so like the last 4, it's going to be weird to be on like our own schedule, and, and everything like that, not having school telling you need to have this done at this time. And I feel like I'm going to miss that, and I'm going to appreciate that because I could do things at my own pace.
The structure, right?
Yeah, and structure. And I feel like I might miss the structure, but it might also be a benefit to not have as much structure from the school aspect.
I think we are filming an episode of the next Great Expectation. Wow. Caps there. 3-point gap. Anyway. We are filming in the next episode of Great Expectations. We're interviewing.
Oh, that boy just tripped and fell.
He put him. They were like, ooh, and he did it to himself.
He put himself on skates. That was funny though. That kid went. It was.
All right, Double D, what did you say now?
All right, we're filming this next episode of Great Expectations, and Miss Shostak brought up a good point. Me and Jacob, as freshmen, Jacob was very, very shy, and I was very, very short. And
really? You two? Never would have thought that.
Yeah, but, well, that's the thing, is now, looking at us as seniors, I think if you missed those 4 years of our life, we would be completely different people. And I think TV has one of the biggest impacts on us because all this airtime, I'm not saying it's made our heads big, but I think it's definitely let us build our confidence and grow out of our shell.
And you know what? That's one thing I tell kids as a teacher. And even when I was back in high school back in the day, my sister wasn't in anything really in high school. She would come back and watch me participate in sports and in activities, and she's like, oh, we have that? We had that? And I think a lot of kids are those, they get here at 7:30, they leave at 2 o'clock, and they miss out what school has to offer them. And I think, and you guys, three, between your clubs, activities, sports, things like that, you guys have really taken advantage of what this school has to offer.
I think that'd be my advice to freshmen as well.
To do something.
Yeah.
To be part of
Literally,
something.
there's so many things. Just pick one and be a part of it.
What about you, Jacob Lee? You didn't really say what you're going to miss here, or what this has meant to you, or what you'd say to an incoming freshman. Ooh, a three, is that Buckner?
Yep. You know what? My advice to incoming freshmen is don't accept the preconceived notions of the pessimistic people and cynical people that have gone to Romeoville. You hear so much of, oh, Romeoville's bad, oh, Romeoville's this, but people really don't know Romeoville. And I know so many people who went to Romeoville High School, you know, first 2 years and then moved away, and their junior, senior year, they're at a different school, and they say, you know, it's really not the same. There's really not an environment. And I mean, you know, I feel like part of being a part of something is the culture, and I feel like there is a culture at Romeoville High School, and it's the people, you know, the students here that make it up. And you could either be a positive part or a negative part of it. So,
Yeah.
you know, I say, like what Jake and Dalton were saying, be involved. You know, enjoy your time here and make the best of it. Because, I mean, you could sit and do nothing for, you know, 4 years and get your diploma and walk out, but that's not gonna, you know, change your worldview or make you a better person. So,
You know, and we're not
Salter with
saying
two,
like
cutting it to two.
we're not saying like go and like follow every rule to a T and like, you know, anything like that. But just find something that you like to do. Me and Dalton found RHSTV, and it's even a possible career. So we're saying find something you want to do with your life here, and maybe possibly even like a future career.
Now, the question is, are you guys going to go and cry on Mr. Randage's shoulder after this broadcast?
I think if it makes him feel better, I might just go cry for him.
Well, I am sure. Well, hey, brief pause here with the end of third quarter. The Spartans are down by 4 here, 34-38. What else do you think when we looking back on your history here at the school, what's that one moment in time that will always stick with you? That one moment in time where you're going, that aha moment, or that moment where you're going to go 25 years from now, you're going to go to a reunion and go, guys, you remember when that happened?
Oh gosh.
So I have a question. Are you talking like a good memory, or something that's like I wish that never happened?
School appropriate that can be on the cube.
Hold on.
Nothing. Okay.
Before you say yours, Jacob suffered. I want to let people know that me and Jacob have been best friends since like 2nd grade, and we could
Boy
probably
Scouts, Cub Scouts, all that.
we can read each other's minds, and then this year we've had the same exact schedule except for one class. So I have my moment in my head, but I want to see what he has to say.
I don't know, Jacob, you go first.
You go. I'm still thinking. I'm the one who goes last. Then
I'll give you two. I'll give you one. There was a fight me and Dalton had freshman year over the stupidest thing. It was
A
over
girl?
what?
A girl.
No.
A can of milk.
No, it was
what?
A carton of
it
milk.
was over a carton of milk. So basically, what happened was.
That's what I was gonna say.
So basically, that was probably the one that I'm always remembering, like tease Dalton about. And I was genuinely mad. He put a carton of milk on another girl's table, right? Like
the
all girls,
cafeteria?
right? And they're like the fidgety type. So he put it down, like they threw it backwards, and it got all over me. So like I blame Dalton because he was the dingus that put it there.
But the girls, they're the
Yeah,
ones
so-
who poured
so
up the
after
milk
a while-
all over them.
So after a while, I came to, and I was like, all right, this really isn't Dalton's fault. He put it down for a second, and the girls threw it. And then, you know, I have to say, you know, a very frequent one a recent one that just happened, not frequent, was probably the talent show. It was cool to be able to do the talent show and make people laugh and introduce other people who are having fun doing their talent, while me and Dalton are standing up doing almost like stand-up comedy. You know, so
my talent there was killing time, and I was great at it.
Yeah, so I gotta say that was probably one of the top 3 favorite moments.
Well, Jacob Lee, or you want to go last?
I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
I like that.
Well, I was definitely thinking that milk carton thing with Jacob. But there's a lot of little moments. One of them's probably the lip dub last year.
That
It
was
was
good, yeah.
I forgot about the lip dub. That's definitely top 3 too.
Yeah, the all-school music video that basically me and Jacob produced and got everybody involved in it. And that was like a real.
It's a nice shot there.
And then there's a lot of little things like sitting in Mr. Stefanski's class.
Oh, no.
This isn't just because you're sitting here, but I swear, man, you bring up such interesting topics, and you get the class so aroused,
up.
whether it's angry or whether it's like excited or so like they just want to talk, right? And you get that out of people. and it's great to sit in there. And when the can of beans started appearing in your classroom,
And they're appearing again.
Or
now.
or,
Are they
or,
really?
or even when someone green screened your shirt.
Oh yeah, someone green streamed. You know, and I got a new one. I got a new one that was slipped under my door over the weekend.
oh yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. It's me with my beard and a close-up, and said something about when you wake up in the morning, something. I forgot it now. Yeah, the look you guys are whispering, you already know. Well, it's a tie score here, 38-38.
Well, so the thing is with this whole bean thing, I don't know if we've been over this, but I accidentally started it.
Yeah, I knew that, but it continues to grow. I had new beans on my table this week.
People are probably really confused on air, but what happened was there was a food drive.
And somebody forgot beans in my room.
I forgot a
and
can
I
of
made a
beans.
big showing of what's with the beans. And next thing I know, I get an email saying that Goya Beans wants to follow me in social media. Yeah.
Well, so I think throughout the year you ended up having like 12. How your
there
smart board
was more than that, yeah.
Your whole top of the smart board was covered in beans. So this
I
caught
did
on.
take
A
them
lot of
home
people
and
did it.
I ate some of them, so it was good.
I was about to say, you're never going to have to go grocery shopping ever again as long as you like beans.
Well, I think they have a 6-year or 8-year shelf life, I think it said on there on the Goya.
Nice.
That's nice. Hey, the score's tied up here.
It is.
Hey.
They did score it.
should keep
The more we
talking.
talked, the better we were playing. What about you, Jacob Lee? I didn't hear your moment in time. One
But
moment in time.
the moment of time was, a class I decided to take, and one of the biggest things for me was, somebody who I respected my senior when I was a freshman, and they were a senior. They're like, "Hey, do journalism." So I was dumb, so I'm like, "Okay, sure." And then, so I decided to do journalism, and
You're the editor, right?
yeah, I've been the editor for the past 2 years, and I really learned a lot, and some of it's, most of it's not even journalism related, is the ironic thing. Just me and Mr. Niebling, who I think is,
Mr. Niebling and I.
yeah,
Oh,
that.
journalism. Oh, I got him.
But, I really, we,
Double pump there. All right.
and me and, as far as like me and my parents, like, we're not the type of people we sit down and have these heart-to-heart talks about life and being an adult and stuff. So like, being able to sit and talk with Mr. Niebling, there were some conversations we had, that has just really stuck with me over the years, and I feel like that's the biggest thing I'm going to take away. And, I feel like that just being in that class and having that opportunity, it sort of showed me what I want to do as I get older, and what I want to do with my life. But not only that, but it sort of really changed who I am as a person, just being able to learn from someone who's been done so much and, grew up,
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You guys are fortunate to grow up in a time that we take the lead here for the first time in a long time. We take a lead. I'll tell you this. When I was your guys' age, there was no social media like you guys have now. And it's a nice play there by
Good block by
Cavaletti.
Cap.
So you guys through social media are going to be able to communicate and stay close longer than when I did. But I'll tell you what. We got a 3-point lead now. And South is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, good play there.
Some of my high school friends are still some of my best friends today. And, I wasn't one of those to get really emotional. Some of your classmates are going to cry and be really upset on graduation day. And I was happy. I was like, this is the next part of my life.
Yep.
And that's all of you guys. When you graduate, yes, you're going to cry. You're going to be upset. Mom and Dad is going to cry. Grandma, Grandpa are there.
Oh, don't remind me.
But you know what? You are starting the next chapter of life, and you know what? It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. But you know what? When you get to college, you're going to love it. You're going to live it. You're going to enjoy it. But then after college, the real world starts. You got to work, pay bills.
Don't remind me, please.
Don't hurry. Don't rush yourself through college. Maybe 8-10 years in college, your parents will love it.
Yeah, I don't know what a doctorate in
I wouldn't mind doing that, but unfortunately, Bernie Sanders may not be president. I will not be getting free education, so I don't know if I could do
I'll
8
tell you
years.
what, depending on what university you go to, they have bass clubs, and they take their kids out in nitros, and they go fishing all over the United States. So,
What do they give scholarships for that?
well, some of them will, I don't know, catch a big bass, and we'll see. Oh, yeah. Well, we're down to under 4.5 minutes here, and the Spartans are a commanding 3-point lead. Oh, yeah. Look at it. It's down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds of your career here in RHSTV. Are you going to broadcast the musical?
It depends on the rights, but we're definitely going to be doing some other choir events. I know Jacob has a pretty decent role in the musical. It's Little Shop of Horrors, by the way.
I'm an old New York Jewish man, which is great because that was the role I was born to play. I just yell, "Come on!" all the time, so I'm down.
Who is somebody going to play the plant?
Yes, it's funny because it's a freshman, so you see
He's
him.
actually on the TV crew as well.
Yeah, so you see like this little kid, and you're like, "That's the plant," but Yep.
Oh,
It's Brian Croce.
Yeah. Dude, that's got to be an interesting role right there. It's got to be kind of exciting.
I mean, he's got the best role because he doesn't even have to go on stage.
Yeah.
He just chills. No,
I'm the narrator. I get to come on stage at the beginning and set it all up. So it's like, in a world, not so.
It's a musical. Are you going to sing it?
No, I just get to say my line and I'm done, which is great because then I get to work with Mr. Niebling with stage crew, which I've been doing for quite a while. I've had several leads in fall plays, but I've never been too big on the musicals.
Did you mean to say all the leads?
Okay, look, I've had all the leads.
You look nice with makeup on.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Spansky.
that's the one thing. Like, I cannot. Like, they keep trying to put on makeup on me, and I can't do it. Like my eyes twitch and like my face moves, and like I can't do it.
Foul there with Capoletti. I'm sorry.
Man, that's only his first, fortunately, but you know.
It's huge right there.
Oh yeah.
Well, the musicals are always good. The plays, and they finally finished the auditorium
yeah.
with the musical pit and the new like stage
acoustic
stuff.
sound shell.
Whole new soundboard, lighting board. I can get into the details, but I know that's not what they're here for.
They're here to hear you guys talk.
Ooh.
Let's put it in here. There we go. 4-point lead.
Yeah, and
oh, you got a little pep in our step there. Look at Johnson jumping up and down, coming down.
I think Robert Johnson might be the leading scorer in the fourth quarter.
Oh, he's real excited.
I think he's got 6 points in this fourth quarter. And I mean, that's what he brings. He gets the hustle points. And I mean, in a game like this where, you know, it's very off-paced at times, you got to have the guy that's, you know, can keep up with the pace and hustle and get make shots. So
our guy with the hat has left from this side to the other side. He's gone to the visitor side. What's going on?
He's sitting behind our bench. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess there are. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking now. There's a bunch of Romeoville people on that side. It does say home of the Spartans on that side.
Are there some alumni over there? I almost said Illuminati. Is there Illuminati?
Well, they might be too.
You never know. Can we get an Illuminati graphic to go up, like the pyramid with the eye in the middle?
I don't know if I don't know. Is that considered school appropriate? I don't know. Maybe the school's part of the Illuminati. Maybe Mr. Kinder.
Mr. Kinder.
So you know, you always hear you.
Ooh, good move there by Robbie Johnson.
He definitely used a little body there to get himself under the rim.
Oh yeah, that kid's a tank. You know, I keep trying to get him to, you know, I'm like, hey, want to know who could be an all-conference defensive end next year?
Well, yeah, he's a big kid.
I mean, that kid's got the body. I mean, if I was a quarterback and I saw that kid growling, running towards me, I'd be scared.
I don't know about growling. I think you guys, all three of you, should go out for like tennis in the spring here.
I actually have
boys tennis in the spring.
I actually have 2 friends.
I've actually got a million other things going on.
I don't know. I think tennis or what other boys sport is track. No, I don't see any. Hey, only if you wear the short shorts and run track. That'd be hilarious.
You know what? I'll just pull off the short shorts for
Me
you.
running
and not
is
join
hilarious.
tennis.
So I have a rec team to worry about. So
I hate to cut this off, but you always hear Jacob Lee and Mr. Spansky on the commentating, but me and Jacob Suffern got to go finish off directing. It's our last game, so.
All right. Well, with 2 minutes left, thanks, gentlemen, for coming up and filling in the insight. And no tears down there. All right.
We're gonna go back in the shadows. You'll never hear from us again.
Sweet. Gosh, you'd think it's their senior night.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like those guys, they're coming in and hogging up your airtime.
Seriously, like, you know, I'm like, I have my one thing. Let me have my one thing.
Well, you know, Jacob Lee, we'll give you you got 2 minutes and 7 seconds to kind of finish up your high school career here. So
You know what? Hopefully this isn't it. I mean, if we make it far into regionals or sectionals, conference play, whatever, then we could see.
maybe we go on the road.
Well, no,
we
I
did
mean,
that for basketball. We went or football. We went on the road.
if we play, I mean, even if we play back here
No, we wouldn't come back here for regionals.
or for any other postseason play, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it works.
I don't think we host any sectional. We hosted a sectional, I think, 2 years ago. I think, or no, girls regional we hosted.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, we do host the Christmas Classic tournament, which I've actually heard from Coach Howard. Like, there's this tournament down south that closes that has a lot of very talented schools there. I believe Mount Carmel goes, Bolingbrook goes, and that's actually closing this year. So he's trying to get a bunch of those schools to come in next year, play at the Christmas Classic, have a very competitive.
Maybe you can come back and do some guest play-by-play.
I mean, I could if I'm on break. So hopefully I'd have a lot more experience at that point.
So here we go. We're down to 2 minutes, and Jacob Lee, why don't you take the call here for the last 2 minutes?
Alrighty. You got Kilgore with the ball. He passes to Buckner. Passed it to Ryan Kelly. Buckner on top, fakes the three, pulls up, and hits the mid-range jumper there, and that'll tie the game back up. Stamps brings the ball down and passes it to Heckard, who hits Salter in the corner. Drives. Ryan Kelly is guarding him, and he takes it back. Tie game, play it slow, get the best shot you can get.
Yeah, I think Kelly's the leading 24 points.
Ooh, Capoletti hits the three.
That was huge.
That was too huge. That was, I mean, senior night, hitting the three there. You got all the seniors, all of his buddies running across the court. That was a huge shot. We're going to have a foul there on Salter. That's going to be his second. He's had a good game with us tonight, 8 points. Oh, that's going to be out of bounds. Looks like it was off Kelly, but looks like they're going to say.
Oh, if they got to talk about it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks like Stamp's hands were farther back than Kelly's were, but, I don't know.
Seriously, look how short Kelly is, and he's the leading point guy.
It's actually Buckner.
Oh, Buckner's 24?
Yeah, but it's funny because Kelly's one of the shortest kids on the court, but all of his points have been in the post. I don't think he's taken a jump shot. You always see one every once in a while where it's like these, 5'8" post player.
Oh, that was a walk right there.
We're going to get a timeout there by Coach Howard. It's a 3-point lead by your Spartans here with 41.7 seconds left to play. Each team has 6 fouls apiece. And it's kind of funny because the players, players were just chilling there for a minute. The coaches were doing a little circle there, and now they're going to talk to them. I can imagine any of our last shots were probably going to go to, Capoletti unless we find someone wide open.
Well, you know what? It's our ball, 41 seconds. I say we leave the ball and make them foul us. But here's the thing. Put out the 5 best free throw shooters.
Oh, yeah.
Play a little offense-defense here.
Yeah, I'd probably say, I'd say the 5 best free throw shooters are probably the guys that are out there right now. I know Salter's shooting over 70%. I know Capoletti's shooting over 70%, which for high school is, that's rather good free throw percentage. So.
Well, here we go with 41 seconds.
Yep, we got Matt and a freshman and 3 sophomores. Oh, they're going to have the point guard, DeAndre Heckard, passing the ball. to get it to Caps. He's going to hold it, take his time. You know, no rush here. Stamps is on top with the ball. Pass it to Salter. That's going to be a timeout by Coach Howard. Well, and it looked like Stamps was holding the ball for a while there. I think he thought he was going to get the turnover. But
Capoletti called the timeout there?
I think it was Howard. Howard called it because, you know, London was up there dribbling the ball trying to find a pass. And I think it's like 7 seconds of being guarded past that orange line. And they call turnover. Because if not, guys would just sit there and hold it the whole time.
Forever and ever and ever.
Yep, but they did take about 13 seconds off the clock, so. Once again, Heckert will pass in the ball.
So we're down to under 30 seconds.
Salter's going to drive in. They double him, and he's going to get fouled.
So
And he's going to go to shoot. Yep, he's going to go to shoot free throws. He's one of the better free throw shooters on the team. I think he's shooting about 72%, so.
At the line, shooting 1 at the bonus.
And we got bonus, so it's going to be 1 and 1. He makes that first one.
Makes it a 2-possession game here.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That is huge. I mean, 2 possession, it's big here, especially with 20 seconds left. And if he can hit the second one, that'll only make it a lot larger. So.
And to think we've been losing the entire game until the last few minutes.
And like a machine, hits the second one there, and that'll give him his 10th point, making him the second Spartan in double digits here tonight.
So what kind of wisdom are you going to pass on to your brother?
I mean, I pretty much taught him everything he knows, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even how to get thumb injuries?
Don't even get me started. But it's interesting, though, because his freshman year, he's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to play sports. But it looks like this fall season, he's going to be playing for varsity soccer. He's going to be playing for the marching band. He's going to be the place kicker for the football team. In the winter, the assistant varsity coaches have talked to him about coming in and working on his game because with our current lanky white small forward leaving, they're going to need another lanky white small forward. So Evan fits that role perfectly. It's pretty funny because Evan said the first thing Coach Howard ever said to him was, "Are you Lithuanian?" And he's like, "No." So he's like, "I don't know, you're just shaped weird." I'm like, all right, I guess I'll take that. Oh, and good steal there by Mike.
Quick hands by Salter there. I told you earlier in the game, he's got quick hands.
Yeah, and he kind of has like that silent, like, there's players that are like very, like Robert when he plays defense, you see it. He's pushing on guys, he's hitting them, you know, but then Salter, he's very sneaky when it comes to how he plays defense, so. Ooh, misses the free throw.
It's not the worst thing.
No, we still got a 5-point lead. We just can't do that.
Timeout on the floor. Timeout, Plainfield.
Gotta at least challenge it.
Yeah, and that gives Buckner his 26th point. He's played really well tonight, you know, hitting from mid-range, hitting layups, getting some three-point shots.
Well, we're down to under 12, and once again, if you have an opportunity to go out to Axe Ice, get you some nice pizza for after the game. You can always listen to the broadcast again on the Cube. You You can download, I believe, for a small fee. And the app, you can download stuff. I even think on the Cube, if there, let's say you can make your own highlight reel. I believe if from your computer, not so much from the iPad or the electronics, but I think from your computer, you can snippet little like short, like 30-second clips and then trim it down and then write something about it and put it out there.
Yeah, they also have it so, you know, a lot of kids make highlight tapes to send to schools. So they make it so you could take those clips and then connect them together, and then so you can send it to schools or put it on your Huddle account or however you want to do it. So that's a cool feature that they have there.
Are you going to do that for your audio here?
For my audio? That would be funny. But, I mean, I got my early admissions already, so I feel like I don't need to. I didn't need to put together a portfolio. They just heard the name and they knew, hey, that's the voice of the Spartans. So.
Well, I did tell you how I met Coach Howard, right?
Hmm?
Did I tell you how I met Coach Howard?
Oh, yeah. I think I heard the story once. But
I was on a Sunday night. I went over to Chili's to get something to eat. And I was talking to a friend of mine there, getting something to eat. And just down the way there, all of a sudden, this guy walks up to me. Are you the voice of the Spartans? And I go, well, yes, I am. He goes, well, I'm Coach Howard. And now, because when I first started, you know, when Coach Howard first got hired here,
Yep.
he was, you know, I never really talked to him much, but that was interesting there.
yeah, that's kind of funny that he recognized it. So it's kind of cool to know that they do listen to the games.
Yep. So when we say bad things, I'll blame it on you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because when I do say something a little harsh, I feel like he does mean mug me in the hallway a little bit. Oh, look at that. That was a good win there on senior night. You know, Capoletti finishes his home Spartan career with a 18-point win and a clutch 3 there. You know, getting his fellow classmates to put him up on his shoulder, get his special moment there, you know, and going right through the cheerleaders. And, you know, I feel like that's just, you know, I believe the Spartans have been on like a 6-game skid. So going into regionals with a, you know, tough win here that, you know, down the whole game and you come back and you win it, that's always good to see. So I think it'll be, you know, really interesting to see what they're able to do in regionals. They're kind of a dark horse because, you know, we have a lot of young talent. And if they can, you know, work Coach Howard's plan and play the system and do it well, I mean, we could see them be a force and surprise some people.
Yeah, it's you know, going to be an interesting game on Tuesday. And once again, there is going to be a fan bus, so if any students want to try to get out there, I believe you got to talk to Miss Simpson, but there is going to be a fan bus. And, well, you know, it's a little sad there, Jacob, you know. So thanks for being my sidekick, or me being your sidekick for the last 2 seasons, right?
Yep.
So to Jake and Dalton, I just want to wish you guys the best of luck, and it's going to be sad to see you 3 guys go.
Thank you.
I'm sure Mr. Randich is going to miss you guys immensely.
Oh, yeah, I already know.
So, yeah, for me, you know, I'm sad seeing you guys. You know, there's certain kids that come through this school that you know that are someone special, and here we go. Well, it looks like Jacob Suffern's bringing up Capoletti to get us a little something. Talk a little. Is the mic still up here?
Hold on, we got another headset. I just got to find it. Oh,
Right
there it
here.
is, right there.
Well, here we go. We got a guest speaker here.
How we doing?
You hear us? All right. Hey, it was awesome. It was awesome. Did they got him? Are we? Or wait, we got to turn up a mic here?
He should. All right, I think I got it.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah.
Hey, fantastic win, you know, and for the last couple of years, been calling the games, and you've been the heart and soul of the Spartans the last few years, and it's gotta be a bitter moment for you because, you know, this is it. This is it.
That was my last game, you know. I loved it, and at the end when they picked me up, it was just awesome, surreal feeling, and you know, I had a great time. Great time.
Oh, and it was special when you hit that
Yep.
3, that big 3. All your fans ran out and
Yeah.
ran back. That had to be special.
Yeah.
Did you see them do that?
Yeah, I saw it. It was.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little like, okay, you know, but it was great. You know, it was a great feeling, and just glad we got the win.
Well, it gives you a little momentum going into the regional, so that's got to be good, right?
Oh yeah.
anything special, anything you want to say to your fans, say to, this is it. I mean, this is your last home game.
Yeah, I mean, thank you to everyone who's come out and seen me before. I appreciate all the support, and hopefully, I can continue this great play on the college, and it will be fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, any words of wisdom for the underclassmen?
Just keep working hard, keep building chemistry. They got a long time together. They mostly sophomores and freshmen, so they got a bright future. Now might not be their time, but it's definitely coming soon.
Has it set in yet that this is your last home game?
No, not yet. Probably when I get in the locker room and coach hugs me, so that's when it'll hurt.
It's okay. I'm going to go hug Randich after this. He's like my coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks. Good luck. All right. Well, we're here. Well, I guess this is it for the season here.
Yeah, looks like it. I mean, unless we go on to regionals and, the boys play well and we go do an away game, which I'd love to do.
Well,
but we'll see how that goes. So.
Well, on behalf of the RHSTV, on behalf of the Spartans, Jacob Lee, the co-host, and myself, Mr. Steve Stefanski, we want to thank you guys. Any last words of wisdom here, Jacob Lee, before we're off?
I mean, like we said before, I mean, be involved. I mean, I started out a little slow. I wasn't really that involved my first 2 years at school, but I mean, the last 2 years I started getting involved in this. I started doing a lot more, and you have a lot more fun and you make a lot more friends if you're involved. So, I mean, just remember that. So that's the biggest thing. So, I mean, that's what I got to say.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good night and good luck, Spartans, at the regionals.